According to American Forests, the oldest national nonprofit conservation organization in the country, urban forests are defined as ecosystems of trees and other vegetation in and around communities that may consist of street and yard trees, vegetation within parks and along public rights of way, and water systems. Urban forests provide communities with environmental, economic, and social benefits and habitats for fish and wildlife. Before we delve into the benefits and inevitable challenges of urban forestry, we must first explore what constitutes a healthy forest. A healthy forest has the ability to sustain itself ecologically and provide what the surrounding community wants and needs. By preserving and protecting the health of the forest, urban forests are able to meet the demands of a metropolitan community and possess the sustained capacity to carry out ecological functions. These functions include the ability to grow, reproduce, recycle nutrients, and manage the unique species and processes that all contribute to a thriving habitat. In the city of Chicago, urban forests are a fundamental part of the city's past, present, and future. Trees and sidewalk gardens increase property value, clear the air, produce oxygen, reduce flooding and water pollution, and provide a natural habitat for birds and insects. Trees in the Chicago region currently store about 6.9 million tons of carbon, valued at $349 million. A key part of the carbon cycle involves trees. CO2 is necessary for tree growth, and forests play an important role in the global carbon cycle by absorbing carbon dioxide during photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which green plants and other organisms use sunlight to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Additionally, trees store carbon above and below ground and produce oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis. We were able to see how these trees interact with their environment at North Park Nature Center. Originally used by Native Americans to cultivate wild onion, the site was turned into a Chicago municipal tuberculosis sanitarium in 1911. However, after the infectious disease was mostly cured, the center transitioned into becoming an educational facility and nature preserve. At the center, we were able to see how biotic factors such as the deciduous trees were connected to abiotic factors such as rocks, soil, water, and sunlight. Given the geography, the center is able to host a variety of habitats, including woodland, wetland, prairie, and forest. For the most part, the life of the forest relies on the availability of these important abiotic factors and their ability to sustain an assortment of different species. However, invasive species interrupt this important bond by causing harm when introduced to a new ecosystem. For example, emerald ash borer, a jewel green beetle native to Asia, lays eggs on the bark of ash trees. When the eggs hatch, the larvae bore into the bark and feed on the transportation tissue of the tree, thereby disrupting the movement of nutrients and water within. Despite this challenge, urban forests play an integral role in both preserving local flora and fauna and sustaining the environmental health of our cities. Major urban environments, such as the city of Chicago, where parks cover 7,000 acres of land throughout the city, rely on them to help purify the air, manage the city's water, and reduce energy demand. By protecting these forests, we will ensure that the generations to come will be able to benefit from them indefinitely.